By 2026, the developer's toolkit is going to look, well, radically different. If you ever feel like you're just constantly fighting the clock, you're not imagining it. The tools themselves are changing. So in this explainer, we're going to build the essential AI toolkit, 5 specific tools that are set to completely revolutionize your workflow, and most importantly, give you back your time.
And look, this claim right here, it's the absolute core promise of this whole AI revolution in software development. We are not talking about small, little efficiency gains. This is a fundamental shift. We're moving away from manually writing and debugging every single line of code to intelligently directing AI partners to handle all that tedious work for you. It's about elevating your role from just a coder to an architect.
And let's be clear, this isn't just hype. The AI promise is really about moving from that tedious manual grind to a powerful partnership with intelligent tools. It frees you up to focus on the big, complex, creative problems, the stuff that humans are actually best at solving.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's actually build that toolkit. We've pinpointed 5 essential AI-powered tools that really work together to cover every single part of the development lifecycle, all the way from the initial idea to the final tests.
Okay, first up is the one you definitely know, chatgpt. But I want us to look at it specifically through a developer's lens. Stop thinking of it as just a chatbot. Instead, think of it as your versatile AI partner, ready to help with a huge range of tasks right at your fingertips.
For us developers, ChatGPT just shines in 3 key areas. For debugging, right? It can take those super cryptic error messages and just translate them into plain English. For learning, it's like having an on-demand tutor that can explain new concepts with simple analogies. And of course, for code generation, it handles all the boilerplate, freeing you up to focus on the core logic. It's really a universal assistant for pretty much any coding challenge you can throw at it.
All right, let's move on to our second tool, GitHub Copilot. Now, the magic of Copilot is just how seamless it is. It lives directly inside your code editor, which means it works right alongside you in your natural flow without you ever having to switch context.
And we're talking way more than just simple autocomplete here. Based on the context of your code, even your comments, Copilot will suggest entire functions and code blocks. It's literally like having a senior pair programmer sitting next to you, anticipating your next move, and helping you write complex logic way faster and with fewer of those common, silly errors.
Okay, our third tool, Cursor, takes this idea of AI assistance to a whole other level. While Copilot is amazing for that line-by-line coding, Cursor is designed for making huge, large-scale changes. This is the tool you grab when you're thinking about the entire architecture of your project. And this is where you see the magic happen. Instead of you having to manually go and update hundreds of files, you can give Cursor a single prompt, something like, migrate all the API calls in this repo to use the new V2 endpoint. It actually understands your entire code base and handles all the dependencies, turning what could be a week-long refactoring headache into a task that takes minutes. It's wild.
All right, tool number 4. We're going to step out of the code editor for a second and talk about knowledge management. Every developer knows that great code needs great documentation, and that's exactly where Notion, with its integrated AI, comes into play. Think of Notion's AI as the brain of your project. You can feed it your raw meeting notes, technical specs, user feedback, all of it. And it can instantly spit out summaries, action items, and even draft your technical documentation. It takes all that messy information and just transforms it into structured, actionable knowledge.
And that brings us to our final tool in the kit, Postman. Every developer has to deal with APIs, and that, of course, means testing. Postman has been the standard for a long time, but its new AI features are aimed at automating what is, let's be honest, one of the most tedious parts of our jobs.
So what's the big deal here? It's all about automatic test generation. You just point it at your API, and Postman's AI will analyze your endpoints and generate a whole comprehensive suite of tests for you. This just eliminates hours and hours of manual work and helps ensure your code is robust right from the start. Okay, so let's recap. We've got 5 super powerful tools. We have a partner for debugging, a copilot for coding, an architect for refactoring, a scribe for documentation, and an assistant for testing. But what happens when you actually put them all together? And that right there is the most important question, because we're not just adding 5 small efficiencies here. The combined effect of this entire toolkit creates a compounding advantage that is going to fundamentally change the definition of what a productive developer even is.
It all adds up to this one single number, 10x. And this isn't just some catchy phrase. It represents a brand new benchmark for productivity, a true order of magnitude leap in what a single developer can accomplish.
And this is the key takeaway. The big idea? The gap between developers is widening. Soon, those who master this AI-powered workflow won't just be a little more productive, they'll be moving 10 times faster than those who don't. This toolkit is the blueprint for becoming a 10x developer in the age of AI.
So I know what you're thinking. A 10x productivity boost? That sounds huge, maybe even a little intimidating. But the journey here doesn't start by mastering all 5 tools at once. It starts with a simple, manageable first step. It's about starting your upgrade. And the call to action is actually super simple. Please, don't try to adopt everything at once. Instead, look at your own workflow and identify your single biggest pain point. Is it debugging? Is it writing tedious documentation? Start there. Pick the one tool from this kit that solves that problem, and just integrate it into your work today.
So that leaves us with one last question, and this one's for you. Just look back at the 5 tools we covered: ChatGPT, Copilot, Cursor, Notion, and Postman. Which one of those represents the single biggest upgrade you can make to your workflow right now? That's the one to start with. Thanks for tuning in.